Whether your beer is in a bottle, can, or glass, kick back and relax. It's Better on Draft.
Hello and welcome to Better on Draft, episode 386. We are doing a news episode today. With me is Wendy. Hey, Wendy, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Excited to be here today.
Yeah.
No technical difficulties.
You have power, I see.
I have power. Not great power because I am in a hotel, but let's hope the internet sticks throughout the show.
What are you drinking today?
I got the chance to stop in at Burnham Brewing today, and I picked up their Red Zeppelin because, quite honestly, it's one of the best red ales that I've tried. It's so delicious.
I absolutely love that beer and pick up 4-packs of it regularly. Yes. For myself, I have Boudica's Revenge, a Scottish ale from the Guardian out of Muncie, Indiana. There is or was a Guardian Brewing up in Michigan, I think, right?
Yes. And she actually moved to Indiana, and they will be opening a brewery, but it will be under a different name.
Okay. And that's, I think, in Bloomington is where it's coming.
I think, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
I'll have to reach out to Kim because I haven't seen anything on that in a while.
And that's a short trip for me, so I will have to get down there and check things out.
She does good work.
Anyway, this Boudica's Revenge Scottish Ale is a Scottish ale. Just not surprising. And you may remember that we had a guest on from Muncie a short while ago, and it sounds like a wonderful beer town. So we need to get up there.
I know, right?
It was Elm Street Brewing. I do not remember the episode number. I do know it had a lot of technical difficulties.
I realized as I was driving through Michigan City today, there's a lot of breweries over there. I'm going to have to take some extra time the next time I'm on a trip to Illinois. I feel like every time I go to Illinois, though, I'm going really far away. So I'm just in a hurry to get there. So we only make like 1 or 2 stops.
Yeah, it's hard to, especially when you know you have a lot of driving ahead of you, to stop at breweries along the way.
Yeah. But maybe on the way home, I don't know.
I think that area is called the Region, or that might be more specifically like not Muncie. Might be more specifically Munster and Gary and those cities. Okay. I don't know. I'm not a native.
Yeah, well, there were 2 breweries on the Michigan side of the border, and then you crossed into Indiana, and there was Burnham, and then there was like signs for like 2 more breweries, and then we saw another brewery. I'm like, what is going on here? Like they just popped up everywhere since the last time I was here.
I don't know if you've been to Bare Hands. That one has not popped up recently, but it is also along the border.
Okay.
It's a little east of there, so it's probably slightly out of your way to cross over earlier, but it's a little east of that section.
Anything can be in your way if you try hard enough.
Their flagship beer is a Thai PA. It's got Thai flavors and an IPA, and it is really, really good.
You're speaking my language?
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Anyway, today we are doing a news segment, and I've got a few, I'm going to call them quick hit articles or things to bring up and see if you got any thoughts on them. I was reading that there are 2 new laws or law-like things coming up. The first is that Tennessee has passed a bill that gives an excise tax credit to brewers who donate spent grains to farms. Yeah, we talked to plenty of brewers who do that. So that should be nice for things that they're already doing, and maybe a couple will do more.
So they'll get it as long as they donate it, not
sell it. That was the wording. I didn't read the bill, of course. But I think that, well, so that was in Tennessee. There's some good breweries down there. Actually, I've got a friend who has taken his son on a college visit to Eastern Tennessee at the moment. And he sent me pictures of the flights of beer that he and his wife are enjoying after walking around the campus all day. But hopefully other states, I don't know if other states have something like that. It would be interesting to find out.
It
I
would.
understand. Yeah. And the other one that I had is that, so this one is not passed yet, but it moved out of committee and is going through, the pipe. In Colorado, it would be that breweries could share space with wineries and distilleries without having to mess with license. And I know we talked to Berkeley Alley about that.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Definitely helpful.
Indiana, I'm not really sure what our rules are as far as licensure and how long it takes or any of that. It's an interesting question. Like that's one of those sides of the business that is important, but not necessarily consumer facing, except that I haven't seen them for a while, but you see those public notice signs up in front of the facility, that there's going to be a hearing about whether they should be able to serve alcohol there or what have you. I don't know if those.
I haven't seen those in a little while, but
That's
it would be interesting. I think we need to reach out to the Brewers Guild and have some people come on to see, to talk to them about what type of legislation they're looking to improve. Maybe we could get somebody from each of our states to come on and talk about it.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. I always have wanted to talk to a Brewers Guild, and so I can understand why they might be hesitant because they don't want to represent the guild, right? They're just themselves talking. It's not a full meeting,
right.
But I'm still interested in that they'll have an idea of what the community is looking for, what they want to change. So
right.
That would be great to give that voice. Those were the two news-ish, law-ish articles that I saw. I thought they were at least mildly interesting, worth a comment. The second thing that I think is worth a comment is that there is something called the Oakwell Beer Spa. And it is exactly what it sounds like, a spa with beer and beer amenities. But the news here is that they are franchising now. So if you are interested in owning a beer spa,
really?
They are at oakwell.com. We did receive an email about it. And I thought it was a worth looking into, type of just understand what it is. And
yeah.
I think it's Brewdog. Brewdog has that beer hotel in Columbus. And I think they definitely have shower beers available. I don't know if they have like beer baths.
I have had friends that have gone to Europe and been to beer spas where they have beer baths. I haven't seen any in the United States though.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. We've got so much cheap beer that you'd think that it could be done.
Oh, who wants to bathe in cheap beer though?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't really want to bathe in beer.
My question, and I don't know how many people we have on watching right now, but hopefully people will see this and respond, because you mentioned that you have a friend that sends you selfies when they're out touring, like pictures of their flights and stuff like that. And yes. I have friends that do that as well. I'm actually going to see one here this weekend. They were on their way here and they sent me a picture. And hang on one second. And I just thought it's funny because we do that all the time. Like we have that thing in common. So I'm always looking for gifts to give my beer friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like what do you give your friends that are just like, hey, this is really cool. Like, there's sometimes there's like beer jewelry that you can give out, but I don't know any guys that are going to wear hop danglies. Well, that's not true. I guess I do.
Yeah.
But it's like the same old thing when you look for beer gifts online. So I'm just wondering where people are finding their beer gifts. And I wanted to point out this one that I found on Etsy. It is a crocheted. It's a crochet like buddy. Uh-huh. I call him an emotional support beer. But he's just a little, can you see it?
Yeah.
A little crocheted mug of beer with a sign that says, "Don't worry, beer happy." Beer happy, yeah. So it's just, I just wondered, like, what are you giving your friends? Do you find stuff like that and give it to your friends?
I like to give my friends consumables, so that way
That makes
we
sense.
all collect stuff.
Right.
I've got a shelf full of beer glasses that I rescued from the basement recently because I have some empty shelves, so I could put them on display. But nobody sees them. But I feel better about them.
Right.
I don't need more beer glasses unless I start breaking some all of a sudden.
I'm in the same boat, my friend. Same boat.
Yeah.
I have boxes that when I moved in with my grandma to take care of her, I don't have anywhere to put them. So I've got 2 boxes full of beer glasses that as I break them, I'm just putting them out.
Yeah, it's a shame because I love them. I'm excited about some of them. Like I've got some from New Glarus through the years, various anniversaries that they've had. I've got some, like almost all of them have a story behind them, or were given to me by a friend who was on a cool beer trip.
So I'm just curious. I mean, I found like some things, beer jelly beans 1 year. You can find those, things
Yeah.
like that. I just wonder, like, what kind of tchotchke stuff do you put in presents with for your beer friends?
Yeah, well, I tend to give them beer, but there's also hop candy. They're like Jolly Ranchers
Oh
in
yeah.
style, but they've got the hop flavors in them.
Hmm.
Those are fun and they're something that go away.
Right.
Sometimes there's just really nice shirts, and I will get them shirts, even though that is another thing I have piles of that I don't need to keep adding to.
I don't even want to talk about it. And one of my big soapboxes is the fact that for some reason breweries want to make shirts for little girls instead of the women who drink their beer. So I have a whole box of shirts that I have been gifted or I have purchased from breweries that are supposedly like an XL or a 2XL, and they really fit a toddler.
Yeah,
So
great.
eventually one day I'm going to make a quilt of those t-shirts.
I think that's a wonderful idea too, is just making a quilt out of them.
I mean, because I spent good money on those shirts. Why I should be allowed to show them off too.
Yep. You can make it a wall hanging quilt and then decorate up the place, and you get to see them on display. The other thing that I do, I knit, and I knit dishcloths very specifically because they are simple and I can do them without thinking. I knit at bars fairly regularly, and so I will give those as gifts too, but they're less they're not so much a beer thing, but they tend to go to beer buddies and of course myself because they're wonderful for washing dishes.
Right.
So yeah, I am interested as well. If anybody's got like go-to gift for friends that are outside the glasses, the shirts. I do like coasters too, and they're usually free. And stickers also, well, they're about 50-50 whether they'll be free or not, depending on the brewery.
Yeah. I have a box full of coasters. For a few years, I lived with a friend, and that's all we used as coasters. At the house was coasters that I've picked up from breweries here and there.
Yeah.
And everywhere.
I keep saying I'm going to put them into a binder, and it's the way I'd have them for display. I've been saying that a long time.
I also have a box of stickers that I've been saying I'm going to put on magnets so that I can put it on the beer fridge.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to put all of these great stickers for places that are no longer exist on the beer fridge and then have the beer fridge die.
Yes,
and then I lose those stickers. So
it is sad when that happens. It's sad for one thing when the places no longer exist, especially if they were great.
Mhm.
And then it's sad when the last memento of it goes out the window. I talk about Mind Over Mash, the brewery that was near me that closed, and I have a couple of their shirts, a bunch of stickers. I used to take their stickers on trips with me, and so there are stickers plastered in Thailand. I've got stickers in quite a few places in Thailand, in Dublin. If anyone's going to Dublin, I could point you to the bar where I've got the stickers put up in Dublin. But yeah, and I would send them pictures of that and say, hey, you're here now. But I have run out of those stickers. I just don't have any more. It's kind of sad.
Yes, I agree with that sadness. So, hey, another thing that just happened here is
Yeah,
Oberon Day.
that's right. I never even think about it down here.
No, because you can get Oberon whenever you want.
Yes.
But here in Michigan, it is a rite of spring. So I'm super excited that we had Oberon Day and then it snowed 2 days later.
Right.
But warmer weather is coming. We know that. It's right around the corner once we hit Oberon Day. I was just wondering if there's anything in Indiana like that that is like a seasonal release that reminds you something is about to happen.
Yeah, and I'm really don't have my finger on the pulse of releases anymore. One of them would be Traders Brewing. We had Bart on a couple of years ago. They have their birthday right around now, and so that is a reminder of spring. They have the chili cook-off last month. Spring is coming, and then they do have their birthday release. This year, I can't remember. It was a maple coffee stout, but want to say 6.5% stout. So it's got the flavors, and you can drink a few of them, and it was really good. So, and also a shout out to Ashley. She brewed her first full batch there. She's been an assistant brewer for a little while. She brewed her first full batch. It was a Vienna Waits is the name of it, and it was a Vienna lager style. It was really good. I've had several of them now.
That's exciting.
Yeah. But, yeah, as far as my passages of spring, that's probably the closest I got is Traders. And as I recall, when we had Bart on, it was probably in January, and I brought up the birthday. He realized he hadn't planned anything for it yet.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I was in a hotel for that interview as well.
Yeah, you might have been.
I'm pretty sure. This weekend is the particular meeting that I'm at is like my kickoff for vacation season. It's like 30 days and vacation season starts from now. So it's like a little practice run to get Grandma used to me not being there 24/7.
Right.
So yeah, that makes sense that I would have been also in a hotel for
That's quite possible. Yeah.
that as well. What else do we got going on?
Do you want to disclose your current location?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you want to disclose your current location?
Oh, I'm in Springfield, Illinois.
Oh.
Yes, the place where the Simpsons are. I am going to the Abraham Lincoln Library.
Okay.
And Museum, and I'm definitely going to hit a couple of breweries while I'm here. I've got a list to go to. So we'll see how many we can hit in the day and a half that I'm here.
Yeah.
Before I have to head the 9-hour drive home. It's not really 9 hours, but it felt like it today.
Yeah, that's a lot of plane driving too. There's just really not much to see.
No, sir.
I've only been to Springfield on my way to St. Louis. I have not stayed.
I did not drive to St. Louis when I went, so I drove home.
Okay, that's still a long drive.
At that point, I was sleeping in the back of the car, so.
Yeah. Goodness. Well, in your current neck of the woods, I do have a bit of a piece of news. Half Acre and Maplewood are merging.
Interesting.
So, yeah. There's not much news on it yet, so we don't really know what it's going to look like. The Half Acre CEO will be in charge of the merged group, but they are very much considering it a union of the two. I don't remember the numbers. I think that one of them has a tap room and is building out another one, and I think the other one has 2 tap rooms already. But there were no closures announced, no layoffs announced, nothing like that. It didn't look like there was going to be anything like that. It sounds like they're just combining resources.
That's awesome. We just saw another one like that happen too. I think we're going to see a lot more of those.
I think so.
In the future. I think that's how a lot of breweries are going to make it through this little slump that we're going to have. I don't believe it's going to stay slumped, though. I
I
really
don't think
don't.
so either. I think something is going to break. It's just going to come open again.
The industry will
Someone,
change again, for sure. I think that it will definitely going to go back to the smaller breweries, community focused that we were originally seeing in the craft boom. And then
yeah,
it'll build back up again. Everything recycles. So not recycles, but it
that's right.
repeats itself. History
That's
repeats
right.
itself.
History
So I'm
repeats
sure
itself.
that it will do the same thing, hopefully with new lessons.
Yeah.
And we won't be doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, that would be great, but there's a reason history repeats itself.
Yep, that's true. Because people don't pay enough attention to it.
That's right.
We need some really good history teachers out there.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was mildly excited about that. I do like both Half Acre and Maple Woods, and they're both Chicago breweries, so it's going to be interesting. The other beer news item that I could bring up now is that Piggly Wiggly, not a beer company, is getting their own beer.
They are.
They
What
are.
what is it going to be called? Can I say that?
You're gonna be sad. It's they've got 3 beers. They are brand new beers from Three Sheeps out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. I do like Three Sheeps. They do some great stuff. They are called Midwest IPA, German Pilsner, and Amber Lager.
Their name is Piggly Wiggly, and they didn't come up with a better name for their beers.
No. The tagline "Shop the Pig" shows up on the cans, and the can art was not super exciting either. It did have
Okay,
pigs on it.
I
But
like the Shop the Pig.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to send him a strongly worded letter.
that's right. These beers can only be picked up in Wisconsin, but it sounds like all across Wisconsin. So
Like, when is-
Piggly Wiggly is one of those weird ones. It's a southern grocery store chain, but it's also
Yes.
Wisconsin.
but also Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure that's no. I haven't been in Wisconsin in a while. I went to a Piggly Wiggly, but I don't remember what state I was in recently. It was when I say recently, I mean within the last 5 years.
Right. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I saw a Piggly Wiggly, but I'm pretty sure it was down south. Did you know there's also a Kohl's grocery store in Wisconsin?
Wow, Wisconsin, you're screwing my mind all up.
It's all weird.
Huh. I know. Kohl's grocery store.
Yeah, it's a whole chain up there.
They're building a new Meijer near us, and it's only going to be grocery. I'm not really sure what to do with that.
Huh.
Because
It'll
is
still
it
have
still
beer,
the
right?
50 acres?
Yeah.
If it's just grocery?
Yeah. It seems a lot smaller.
I will say in my age, in the age that I'm at now, going to Meijer is hard for me. When I was younger, I loved that I could go and spend 2 or 3 hours there and I could get anything I possibly needed.
Mm-hmm.
And now I just want to go in, get what I need, and get out.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and I don't want to walk 2 miles to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear that. I'm also getting a new Myers, but it does have groceries and it has groceries and everything. It's huge.
Yeah, they said the one by us is huge too, but it's just supposed to be groceries. She's like, I'm not really sure how many groceries they're going to put in there.
Is it going to be Jungle Gym sized?
Right? Maybe that's it.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
I don't know. They do have a pretty decent beer selection there. You can get some pretty nice stuff every now and then.
Yeah, the one near me, they don't seem to rotate the stock too often. Like it's the typical
That
local
happens.
big brands. Yeah, but there's a Total Wine almost across the street.
Do they rotate their stock?
Total Wine does. So the local standards are definitely all in there, including they go pretty deep with the local. Anything that they distribute pretty much will show up on the shelves. But they do get a lot of new seasonal and things in there. Triple mash is currently on the shelves, for example. That seems to come and go.
I just had one of those the other day. Delicious beer.
So damn
So
good. Oh man, yeah. I do look forward to that every time I see them on the shelf.
yes. I did refrain from buying a whole 4-pack though, because I would drink that whole 4-pack in one night.
Yeah.
Because once you start, you're like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
You
It
want
just
another
keeps
one, and
going
then
down
you're like,
nice.
oh crap. And then then you've had 2 very large ABV beers. You're like, third one's not going to matter.
Exactly.
And that's never a good idea.
It's not. That is how those decisions get made.
Yeah, exactly. So
I
I
always
bought
get the 4-pack because my wife also likes them. So, if I'll get one out of it, and she'll get the other 3. That'll work pretty
that's
well.
a good deal for her. I like that.
It is, but I like other beers, and she just sticks to the ones that she really likes.
Yeah. Yeah, I have friends like that.
Yeah. You want to go back to the spring?
Spring. What else can we talk about in the spring? Baseball season. Is
It's
there any
baseball season.
new things that we're going to see at the baseball fields?
There are new things that we're going to see at the baseball fields. One of them is, are you familiar with the 999 challenge?
I am not. Tell me more.
Okay, so 9 innings, 9 beers, 9 hot dogs. That is the challenge.
So a hot dog and a beer an inning?
Yeah, but you have to get your beers early because they stop serving at the
Right.
7th inning. I hate that rule. Like either you're driving home or you're not driving home. And anyway, but you do have to plan it. You have to have your beers available to you if you're going to do a beer and a hot dog in an inning. But the MLB has gotten on board, and they have these cute boxes. They're up on the screen if you can see them. That you can buy 9 mini hot dogs and 9 4-ounce beers.
I'd be down with that. I can't imagine drinking 9 full beers, especially because I am too cheap to just buy a little beer when I'm there. Because if I'm gonna pay $18 for a beer, give me the biggest one you got.
That's right. It's usually hot out in those stands. Maybe not in the
Right.
spring. Yeah. It feels like cheating if they're mini hot dogs and mini beers, but it does feel like something I can accomplish. I don't know that I could eat 9 hot dogs in a baseball game.
It depends on what I had for breakfast that morning.
True. Yeah. They've sped up baseball games considerably with the pitch clock and all that. So
Oh, that
the
changes
challenge
things.
has gotten harder.
I need to know, listeners, do we have anybody who has done that? Please message us because I want to
Full
talk.
size mini counts too.
Yeah. Have you ever completed this challenge, or have you ever had a story where you failed miserably at completing this challenge? I need
That's
both.
right.
I like successes and failures. It's all good.
So I'd like a couple of things about this. It comes with this really cute box. I think that those things are adorable. They look like little ballparks. The hot dogs are all lined up and the beers are all lined up. So that's quite cute. And the article I read said they cost $65. That seems really cheap for ballpark prices.
I was just going to say that. I'm like, $65 for, I mean, really, it's 4 beers because they're only
They're only 4 ounces.
they're 4 ounces.
Yeah.
And then probably half a hot dog. That still seems cheap. $65 for 4 beers and 4 hot dogs.
Right.
It seems cheap from at least where I'm standing.
And doable. So I'm gonna have to try to get to an MLB game and look into that at some point.
So I saw a news show last night, and this is not beer related. This is food related.
Okay.
Because as you know, I'm also kind of a foodie, and Comerica Park has introduced like a whole bunch of new, like you can get like a short rib sandwich and like all this like fancy gourmet food. And I'm just interested what people think about that. Like, When you go to the ballpark, are you wanting a short rib sandwich or are you wanting a hot dog?
Yeah, I've been trained for so long by my parents to not get any food at the at the ballpark.
Oh no, I have to have a hot dog.
It's yeah, no, we spend no money when we get there. That's how I
Hot
was
dog,
trained.
hot dog, and if I'm feeling chippy, the malt ice cream
Yeah,
in the cup.
yep.
Those are the two things that I would get at the, besides a beer or the funnel of frozen drink mix. I did that one time. I don't suggest that on a hot day.
Yeah, no
It
kidding.
seems like it would be a good idea because it's frozen, but it really makes for a long day at the ballpark.
Yeah. We always brought our own peanuts and a cooler full of lemonade. That was how I
Oh,
grew
they
up.
don't let us bring stuff like that in at Copa. I want to call it the Copa so bad. Why is that not picked up?
Uh,
Right?
this was back in the 80s. It was much more free and loose back in the 80s.
Yes.
But I do remember one time a security guard stopped us and had a drink of our lemonade. And I'm pretty sure it was
Make
to
sure it
make
wasn't
sure it was.
alcohol.
I'm pretty sure.
Now, back in the 80s, my parents would have had snacks shoved in our pockets.
Hmm.
We weren't buying anything at the ballpark. Maybe a hot dog if we were lucky,
Yeah.
but we weren't buying anything.
When I was an actual adult living in Chicago, I went to several Cubs games and I did buy hot dogs there, but that's a Chicago hot dog.
Yeah.
And old style.
Yeah, nothing is as good as a ballpark hot dog though.
There is something about it. Absolutely.
It doesn't even matter what kind of hot dog it is that you get. It just tastes different.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because the guy threw it at you from down the row. I don't know.
Right. Maybe it's the age of the rollers. It's just they're so coated in hot dog juice.
It's been in that little foil package for the last 20 minutes while he was climbing the stairs yelling hot dogs.
That's right. It's like the White Castles. You know, they cook with the buns on, so all the grease
Yeah.
gets absorbed in the buns. Yeah, those foil packages, that's what they're for. It's to keep all the grease and deliciousness inside.
Yes.
I do have one other baseball thing I want to bring up because I was reading about this. I think that these have been around for a while. The Hudson Valley Renegades, this was the article that I saw, now has beer bats. This picture is not of the Hudson Valley Renegades. This is the San Diego, would be the Padres, I guess. But they do have beer bats. I thought the Hudson Valley ones looked nicer, but I couldn't get a usable picture out of the article. Anyway, these beer bats are bat-shaped glasses that hold beer. So it's, not a leap to get to what it is. But I got to ask, would you want to drink out of this?
Can you set it down?
That, right, it's got a ball on the bottom end,
Right.
like a bat would. So I don't know how
So
you
no.
would. Yeah.
No, because I'm gonna spill it or I'm gonna splash it on someone. To be honest.
Yes. And how far around the people who get the beer bats do you think they get spattered with beer as the people are swinging the bats at each other later?
Right? Oh yeah. Yeah, that would definitely happen.
Yeah. So maybe beer bat technology and Hudson Valley Renegades have advanced it enough that you can set the bat down. But yeah,
Yeah, I wonder how much it holds because you could really only get one, especially if you can't set it down.
Yeah, and it looks like these at least don't nest, so you can't stack them.
Right.
So I went to a Cincinnati Cyclones hockey game a little while back. No, not spring, but sports. And they do a few things that I had not seen at hockey games before. First, they have a beer hockey stick, I think I've seen that before, and it's the same idea as the beer bat, of course, full of cheap beer. I think it fit 3 cans, if I remember right. But the other thing, so we're sitting down in our seats and they're going through the pregame stuff, like here are the rules for the stands. And they say after the second intermission, any can towers along the glass will be knocked down. Are you familiar with building can towers along the glass at a hockey game?
No, I didn't think that that would be allowed.
Apparently it is allowed there. And
Okay.
people were building towers of cans as they drank their beer and neighbors drank their beers. They just kept adding to the towers.
But if you put beer cans on the glass, then you can't see the game.
Yeah, sometimes that's this particular game. There were the opposing team scored 2 goals and 2 shots. And
Those are the
then,
best games to watch.
oh, it was awful. And then their third goal was really an own goal, but they still got a shot added. So they were 3 for 3, but they should have been 3 for 2.
Goal?
It was an own goal. Yeah.
Oh,
It was the defense was passing
I
it
can
back
understand
towards.
now why they're putting the cans up then.
Yeah, it
makes more
was
sense.
not good.
I mean, I like watching games where it's a low score.
Yeah,
I don't
and they're
want to
trying hard.
watch a game where they win 105 to 99.
I think it was
I wanna
4-0 at the
A
first
2-1
intermission.
or a 3-2 kind of game.
Yeah.
Those to me are the ones that are exciting.
When we were leaving at the end of the game, some guy behind us said, "Welcome to the Bengals on ice." I don't think
That's funny.
I don't think the opponents quite got to 7 points. That would have been even funnier, but it was not a great game. Oh, goodness. Anyway, spring means baseball and baseball means beer. So the 999 challenge and beer bets.
Baseball or spring? Spring to me means soccer. So I'm super excited to renew my season tickets with the Detroit City Football Club. Did not make the first game, and I'm not making tomorrow's game because I'm in Indiana or in Illinois. But
yeah, in Springfield.
Eventually, I'm going to make a game.
Right. The soccer season's a weird one because it feels like it just keeps going forever.
It does.
So it's really just a cycle, like it's a year-long season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because once you finish the season, well, then you have playoff season.
Right.
So, and when I was growing up, the boys played soccer in the fall and the girls played soccer in the spring. So you literally got to watch soccer all year long.
Ours was opposite because the boys also played football. So they do football in the fall and soccer in the spring. The girls
Yeah,
played
it's
soccer in the
interesting
spring.
that didn't happen that way.
And then softball in the spring.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it.
Maybe it did happen that way? No?
Because we used to practice on the football field, so we wouldn't have been able to do that if the boys had.
Yeah. If they were practicing, yeah. It
wasn't until maybe it was, well, because we start school in the fall.
Yeah.
So, and the boys had that first season. Anyways, I'm too old to think about stuff like that right now.
That's right. I played soccer year-round, but that was the spring and the fall league.
I played on a travel league, so we played both seasons.
Yeah.
Until I got to high school. But it was different.
Right. You talked about the future of beer and the history and the cycles and all that, but here's a future of the beer thing. George Clooney is starting something called Crazy Mountain, and it is a new non-alcoholic beer.
That's the trend.
It's the trend. The only beerish stuff I got out of the article, because it was all about George Clooney, and of course he has business partners who are actually doing the work. Like he already did was it tequila, I think, vodka. He has some liquor.
Yeah,
out
I'm
there
not.
already.
He must maybe vodka,
Yeah.
tequila. I've not. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember. I did not find that part of the article interesting. But then the rest of it was about, George Clooney being a celebrity and doing things.
Oh yeah.
But the only actual beer-ish news I got out of it is that they are brewing this one to avoid producing alcohol. They are not using the method that removes the alcohol after it's brewed. So,
That's interesting.
yeah. So one thing I took away from this is that there are two ways that you make non-alcoholic beer.
Is it actually beer though? If it's made that way,
I
I don't
Yeah,
know. It's a
I
good
don't
question.
know. I do know it'll be a beverage on Untapped.
Probably. I hear Tom Holland's line is doing really well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I've read a couple articles on it, and somebody else just brought it up, and some other thing that we were talking. It was another. Where was it? Maybe it was. I don't remember what the other podcast was that I heard where they were talking about non-alcoholic beer, and they mentioned Tom Holland and his brand
yeah.
is increasing.
I wonder if Tom Holland and George Clooney know each other yet, because they're going to be competing soon.
That's a good question.
I don't know. I'm not good at that whole
I wonder if
guest
he'll be
list
as,
thing.
I wonder if he will be as hands-on as Tom Holland was, though, because
Right.
Tom was very adamant about trying things and making sure that it tasted well. And
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It'll be. I'm sure there will be more articles. That's how celebrities doing stuff works.
well, no.
I had a thought. Oh, the other sort of NA beer trend thing is seltzers, and one of the law stuff I found when I was doing the research is that TTB made some suggestions for changes. I didn't see that it ever went forward. I know the Brewers Association was against a lot of them, but the way the stuff was worded. Okay, so first of all, ABV is not an officially recognized term for beer producers. It has to be alcohol by volume or ALC/VOL. So the TTB does not recognize ABV as a designation. And this proposal did not change that, even though it is quite an accepted term in the industry. So that was one thing. The second thing was that the way they've worded it or have their beverage producers categorized, seltzers would not be affected by any of the changes that were suggested. And these changes were mostly around requiring ABV to be on the label, and attached to that in the part the Brewers Association doesn't like is it has to be within a certain tolerance of the percent, which gets expensive for a small brewery. That means you have to test every batch that's going into the cans and just know. So that's why the Brewers Association is against it. It makes sense. If the tolerance is large enough, then maybe it's easier, but still, or less risky. But anyway, the seltzer industry would not have been affected by these changes.
Sorry, my sinuses just realized I'm in a different place.
Yes.
I do find it interesting. You know how I feel about ABV being on the packaging.
Yes. I feel the same way. It should be on there. It's
I
just
also
something consumers need to know.
understand the being within a certain degree of tolerance being so difficult for smaller brewers.
Yes, and if you're opening yourself up to a liability by putting it on there, I can understand why you wouldn't. But it would be very useful. So if it's on there as ABV, since that's not a recognized term, then maybe they could put whatever number they wanted on there and get as close as they need to get.
True story.
Yeah. I have one more article, and I pulled this one specifically to talk to you about it because I thought you'd be interested in it.
I'm
uh,
so glad that you did the research today for articles, and I'm just like, oh, let's talk about this. It happens every now and then, folks.
yeah, well, you did have a long day of driving. Um, Almanac, out in California, their Alameda brewery is now carbonating using CO2 from the air.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's a company based out of Berkeley called Air Capture, and you can get a machine installed at your site, and it captures CO2 right from the air around you. So this was there was quite a lot of words in there to say this isn't technically reducing, or it's not a carbon capture program because the CO2 is going to come right back out of the beer.
Right.
But it does mean that the CO2 distribution footprint is much smaller. So if
Right.
you're capturing your own, Almanac was going to start only one of their beers. I wish I had written down the name of it. It was something like Free Flow. Is going to be using this at first, but they hope to increase it to the other ones. They're estimating even at that, they're going to save 15% on CO2 costs.
Nice.
Yeah. So apparently, Air Capture owns the machine, and Almanac just pays for the CO2 that comes out of it. So that's pretty exciting for them. And part of Almanac's story here is that they had to shut down for 2 days in 2025 because they couldn't get CO2 delivered.
So
And
they created a machine?
so Air Capture, which also starts with an A, Alameda also starts with an A.
Okay.
Air Capture created a machine. And I remember that the CO2 shortages from a while back. It wasn't even that long ago. And I remember some taps just were not working at bars because they didn't have any CO2.
Right.
So,
I feel like there are other breweries that do that, but they're much larger production, like Alaskan or Sierra
right.
Nevada.
And Alaskan, right, they do it because they have to.
Right.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think that these guys were already capturing some of their CO2, but now they just have another way to do it.
That's awesome. I love to hear feel-good stories like that.
Yeah, I think that one's pretty neat. Air Capture's next project is with a little company called Anheuser-Busch InBev, if you've heard of them. And it will be in the Canary Islands.
Okay.
So you can see how that would be a huge benefit in the Canary Islands.
Yes.
Like getting the CO2 out anywhere.
Yes. There have been a number of islands that I have been to where the breweries have told me that they've been waiting for months to get hops or waiting for months to get stuff because it has to come by boat. So
right. Yeah, so that's thank you, Air Capture, for helping breweries get at least a little more independent in far off places. It could be kind of cool.
Right.
That was the last of the articles I have.
Okay. I don't have any more articles, but I am curious because I've noticed that what I've been drinking lately is a lot different than what I was drinking a few months ago. So I'm curious what your go-tos are right now.
I will start by saying this month, March, the Drinking Project is an ABV project where we started high and have to gradually or reduce down by the end of the month. So high to low ABVs. No, so I don't have a regular this month because I need to keep drinking lower and lower ABVs. I did start with a D20. I thought that was pretty good. I didn't have a Utopias available. That one is 30% and apparently illegal in a lot of states.
Yes. I have had it twice now.
Nice.
Twice now. It is good. Maybe for like my 70th birthday, I'll buy myself a bottle.
Yeah. That's one. Well, I've got my 50th coming up. So maybe it would be great fun to share with so many people.
Right. Well, yeah, because you're not drinking it all at one, all on your
No.
own.
No. So yeah, maybe I'll look into something like that. Have to
I bought
see.
myself a cruise for my 50th birthday, so
That's pretty good.
you know, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Um, I have found that I'm I'm ready to go back to IPAs.
Hmm.
I do still drink a lot of reds. Alt beer I will always pick up. Um, the Detroit area has Mild Madness going on right now through the whole month of March. There are quite a number of breweries that are participating in that. Unfortunately, my this is the first chance I get to get out in March, and I'm going to another state. So I didn't get to participate in Mild Madness at all, but I have heard really good things about the beers that are being put out.
It's funny that you say that your IPAs are your go-to right now because my second beer tonight is going to be an Arctic Panzerwolf from Three Floyds, a beer I look forward to every year. I could have sworn it used to come out in December, but it came out just recently. It's a great IPA. Not as good as
Mine will be
Permanent Funeral, but it's a great IPA.
Mine will be a 14-buck chuck, only because I could not bring home the Pog juice puns because they didn't can it. That was delicious at Burnham. I
Did,
gotta say it. It was really good.
did they put it into juice pouches?
No, no, I had it in a flight, so
Oh
I
yeah,
could
okay.
have.
Yeah,
Juice pouchers are really hard with stuff that's carbonated, though.
yeah. I think it's a novelty that you have to drink there, like a beer bat.
Yeah, exactly. Though I do have juice pouches that are really good for mixed drinks and like parties like that, stuff like that
Yeah,
at parties.
frozen drinks would be perfect in there. You need a straw anyway.
Yes. Um, Other than that, I don't know. I've got, I'm still drinking the reds and stuff, but I've kind of started picking up more of the IPAs. I will say, I just purchased in the last few months all of the things that I have purchased um, that are special releases have been big stouts or no
Those are the,
rules.
those are the best special releases.
So no rules is on sale until I think like April 5th. So if you want to get it, make sure you go and get it now because you will have to wait until next year to get it again.
Yeah.
So I purchased one 4-pack and one of each of the variants, and I have buyer's remorse because I feel like I should go back and get more
Right.
because every year I'm like, I didn't get enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, I need to save my money because there's going to be another beer release coming up that I'm going to want to get that.
I am very tempted. Taxman's.
Oh,
It used to be not tax holiday, Death and Taxes. I think it's
yeah.
still Death and Taxes Day. I really can't remember what they ended up changing the name to. It's a third name, but it is stuck. Anyway, that's coming up in a couple of weeks, and I was sorely tempted to go to that this year. I'm still not, but tempting.
I could probably tempt you with some money for a bottle.
During COVID was nice because you could just order it online and drive down, and they put it in your trunk, and off you go.
Right?
I liked that, sir. So I'd like that to come back.
Yes, that was one of my favorite. I didn't actually make it to that festival,
Mhm.
but it is a damn good beer because I had friends that did go and they brought it back for me.
Whatever its second name was, and I can't remember. It was another. They got a cease and desist because there's another beer that had a similar name, and you'd think they would have figured that out after the Death of Taxes because that's what it went through too. But when they had to change its name, the local liquor store it works closely with Taxman, and so they had pallets of them marked way down of whatever the beer was. And I think it was Evasion. I think that was its name. Anyway, so whatever it was marked way down. I bought so many cans of it. It was in cans at that time. So many.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Right. I I drank them all within the year too because it was delicious.
I remember when Rochester Mills closed down the production facility and we brought home cases of beer. Cases. They were in my garage for a long time. I still have some of them in the garage fridge. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta.
And I brought home like 4 flats of cans.
Yeah.
And somebody else stopped and I was like, "Oh, can you pick me up 2 more?" I mean, we didn't know when we were going to get it again.
Right. It seemed like it would never happen again, but they are back.
So that's all I got today for me. I am curious, do you have any beer trips coming up?
I have a work trip coming up to Denver, which is a great beer city.
Yes, sir.
So I'm taking a couple extra days at the end of my work week, and I'm going to hang out in Denver for a couple of days. Go see our friends at Berkeley Alley, which is now Alley Brews, I think. Alley Beer, Alley Brews, something like that. And whatever else trouble I can get into while I'm there. How about you?
Fantastic.
Have you got
I
beer?
have a lot of trips coming up. So I am in 30 days exactly. I am going to get on a cruise that will take me to Cozumel. So I will get to visit our friend Adrian over at Cerveceria Punta Sur. I'm really excited about that.
Yep, say hi for me.
And then I'm going to try that lionfish pizza if it kills me this time. I'm going to try it and tell you what it's like.
Yes.
And then the following month, I'm going to be doing a second cruise. But that one's to the Bahamas. So there is in Nassau, there is a female-owned brewery there that I will be heading to, and hopefully we'll be able to get her on the show. And as soon as I come home from there, I'm going to head to San Antonio, Texas for a conference, which means I will be hitting some breweries while I'm there.
That is a great beer town too.
So those are my next 3 big trips.
Good ones.
I'm hoping to hit NYC in the meantime, but that's more for Broadway than beer.
Yeah, okay. There is good beer. There is good beer in New York City. But yes.
There is. I have stopped and got stuff.
Yeah, you mostly have to get out of Manhattan.
Yeah.
But
there are a couple of really good beer bars.
Yes.
Though, that you can go. We had brunch at one that had a beer bar attached to it.
Okay.
Like whatever restaurant we were at. So they would let me walk over. And once the guy realized that I actually understand beer, he started bringing stuff over to me to sample while I was eating my brunch.
That's great.
So that was fun.
Yeah,
nice. It's a good
time. Part of the reason I don't have any trips coming up is that I am going to Australia later this year. So that is a big, expensive trip.
Yes.
So I'm kind of not doing other trips.
Sometimes you choose one over many.
Yeah.
I get that.
I am part of that trip will include a side trip to New Zealand to see Greg, who we had on from Brewocracy. I will be visiting with them. I learned that they are 45 minutes or so from Hobbiton. So there's 2 great reasons to be in that part of New Zealand.
Right.
So anyway, that's what I have coming up as far as travel goes. I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic.
As far as the show goes, well, not quite the show, but Ken is putting together March Draftness again in May. He is currently signing up breweries to participate. So if you've got breweries that you want to get nominated to participate, or if you are a brewery who wants to get involved in this, it is a lot of fun. It drives so much social media presence and awareness. It is such a great time for everybody involved to vote on the memes, to talk a little smack against each other. And then to celebrate the victories and especially the final victory party. That is coming up. That will be in May. So we are doing Marriage Draftness this year. And if you want to get involved, email us at betterondraft@gmail.com. On April 10th, we are having Kristen Radich on. She wrote the Beer Hiking Guide, specifically beer hiking in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and the Upper Peninsula. Great hikes and breweries from the Twin Cities to the Northwoods.
Nice.
Yeah, I am quite looking forward to that. That's two things that I love doing. And then May 8th, we have scheduled Nick Lesagor from Exit 12 Homebrew to talk about Brew Tubers. That was the show that got canceled because Wendy had no power. I'm glad that your power is back. Or I assume your power is back. You're in a hotel.
No, my power is back.
It has not been out for 2 weeks.
3 that night. I was only out of power for probably about 8 hours that day.
Well, only 8 hours. That's not so bad, I guess.
But I mean, it was only 8 hours, so I'm not complaining too bad.
During the warmest part of the day.
Yeah.
But that is what we have scheduled currently. We have other shows that we've been juggling plenty of balls to get things scheduled. So we will be sure to announce that when we know what we've got on time slots. And I think that is all that we are going to do for tonight. So thank you, everybody out there. And remember, whatever you think of your beer, we think it's better on draft.
Cheers.